Hello, it's Andy Nolch here with a Knowledge Report. This one is about a potential assassination which the government could have done on a guy called Gavin Wilson, and this was 2.5 years ago now. And he was a prominent right-winger, and he was gay. So he was kind of like Milo Yiannopoulos in that he was one of the minority groups, but he was supporting the right. And in January 2020, he apparently committed suicide. And I found out some, I guess you could say, insider information, which I believe suggests that that it might have been a suicide. And the person who told me this information isn't a conspiracy theorist, and he doesn't like talking about conspiracies on the internet until that conspiracy is 100% true. I'm of the different option where when there's evidence indicating something could be a conspiracy, it should be spoken about on the internet, and we should encourage people to investigate that avenue, so then we can put more clues together and find out if it is a conspiracy or not. And so that's why I'm probably making this knowledge report, because I want other people to also comment and also investigate down this line to find out how Gavin Wilson really died. Now, what the intelligence agency does is when someone becomes a problem to them, they might try and throw them in jail, or even make them become a drug addict so that they're pathetic and can't function in life, or they might kill them. So in this situation, I'm suspicious that Gavin Wilson was knocked off, and it was an operation. The person who I spoke to said to me that he'd received a call from someone who said that Gavin's life might be in danger, or that they want to kill Gavin or something like that, some sort of threat towards Gavin. And so that was before he suicided. And you have to understand that a lot of time when people suicide or accidentally drug overdose, that's actually not true. They've actually been assassinated, and the people who have done it have made it look like the person just overdosed, or that they were upset and committed suicide, right? And so that was kind of strange that he got this call from somebody. I don't know all the details, but from somebody, wanting to go after him and stuff. And the person who said that, I'm going to kill Gavin or something like that, this person was associated with a group of, it seems that there's some sort of gay Liberal Party, people who were supporters of the Liberal Party in Australia and gay. And that group seems to have government connections. And I'm suspicious that group is a way of turning the Liberal Party in Australia to be pro-gay, because the intelligence agency's job is to make Australia pro-gay. So they helped get the gay marriage bill passed. They helped attack through the court system anyone who was anti-gay. And this guy, Gavin Wilson, who is gay himself, he was anti-gay marriage. So this guy was a problem to them. Do you see what I mean? So it would make sense that this front group, this possible front group of an intelligence agency, these gay liberals, whoever they are, I don't even know what their name is, but that's a group to be heavily investigated. I bet you if you look into that gay liberal group, you'll find that they have government funding or some sort of government connection, government lawyers, something like that. It makes sense that they would not like this guy, because he's not towing the party line. The same way that they didn't like the Communist Intelligence Agency, didn't like Milo Yiannopoulos. because he was gay and he was Jewish, so he was of the minority, yet he was pushing right-wing ideas. And they don't like that. They're okay with right-wingers just being straight white males like me, and then they can just demonize us and call us Nazis. But it goes against their agenda when you've got a gay guy that's like, yeah, I'm gay, but I'm not for gay marriage. That's a problem for them, you know. And the right loves guys like them. Like we love people like Gavin Wilson, because we're like, yeah, come on board because you got common sense and that sort of stuff, and you're showing that we're not really anti-gay. We're just anti-gay marriage because we believe in the definition of gay. And I mean, personally, I'm not pro or against gay marriage. I don't believe the government should have anything to do with our lives at all, and shouldn't even know what our marriage status is, and there shouldn't be any legally written down status. So I'm outside the whole thing. It's same as the abortion thing. I'm not for or against it. I'm saying that the government shouldn't lay down any rules saying anyone can or can't do anything. You know what I mean? Same with drugs. I'm a libertarian, and I'm for a very, very small and very limited government, like back what it was in 1888, when there wasn't all these government departments and all these, you know, all these things. Anyway, so my friend got this call, this strange call before the guy died, and I can't remember how long it was before that, but it could have been months before, but he had become a target, I think, of an intelligence agency. And they got their front group and their radicals, which they use as agents and assets. They got them to knock off Gavin Wilson, and Gavin showed no signs of having depression and stuff like that. And also, he had received a lot of online attacks before because he'd organised a rally the day before and stuff, but you gotten to that point, you have a thick skin and you're used to receiving online abuse, and if you've gotten that far, you're not just going to get upset about online abuse and then just kill yourself. There's also another reason why I think that it could be a suicide, is that after the guy died, some of these gay liberal group, or whatever the hell they're called, the group that I'm suggesting is a front group of ASIO, ASIO, which is like the same as a communist intelligence agency, they're basically, you know, the intelligence agency that's pushing all this leftist shit, and they're a secret group that does secret operations. They don't just collect intelligence, you know. They don't just have informers, they have agents that actually do stuff. They do assassinations and stuff like that. For example, speaking of that, like if there was a politician that was the Prime Minister and he wanted to leave the Ukraine war and was really fighting for that, this agency would organise his killing to make sure that Australia continues in the Ukraine war. It's possibly what happened to, I think, Harold Holt during the 60s, where he possibly wanted to leave the Vietnam War and then he suddenly just disappeared. So anyway, they're a very corrupting influence, this group. So my friend got a call, my friend's a media guy, he got a call from this group, and this was before I think the news had really hit the media, and these gay liberal guys said to him details about the guy's suicide, details that were strange, because it's like, how do you know that? How do you know these details? What I suggest is that they killed the guy, and that group, which is a front group of intelligence, the intelligence killed him and stuff. And then they forwarded the false story of how the guy passed away. So part of that job was contacting people in the media. This is what they do, and they forward the storyline, the narrative, the mainstream narrative of what happened, and they say, oh, you know, he committed suicide and he was found with blah, 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 blah. This is the kind of thing that happened with the Kennedy assassination, for example. The president got shot, and then straight away, the intelligence agents contacted the media and were embedded in the media and published stories saying it was Oswald, and they published the narrative of what the assassination story is. Like, imagine if I was going to go kill you, right? And I go and I kill you, and then straight after that, I start breaking the news of how you died, and I start saying, yeah, a car accident, can you believe it? And the car smashed into the pole and all that sort of stuff. And that isn't really how you died. But I spread that rumor so that everyone starts going, oh, car accident, he died in a car accident, alcohol, he was drinking, car accident. And it spreads that story. And that's how you spread the rumor. And then everyone just thinks, oh, it was a car accident and the person died from a car accident. But that's not true. You just spread that rumor. You did the killing, and then you straight away went out and started spreading that rumor. So I believe that this call that they made to my friend was them spreading that rumor to get that story out there, and that's the mainstream narrative. And that's what they do with 9/11, what they did with the Kennedy assassination. It's how you do an intelligence operation. Another thing that you do as well is you make sure that straight away the police rule out that there was anything suspicious about it. And so they have their agents embedded in the police, and they make sure that the police straight away say nothing suspicious, even though there might be, if you were there and you were one of the policemen who arrived, you would be thinking, what the hell? No, there was some suspicious things there. But they have to quickly go, nothing suspicious, nothing to see here, seems like it's suicide, let's move on, case closed. And it's all neat and clean, and it covers it up. So that's all I want to say about this Gavin Wilson so-called suicide thing. And I'm just saying it very much could be a suicide. It very much could be a suicide, but also very much could be an assassination. And after doing a very short and brief investigation, I just think that at the moment it's very worthwhile people putting attention on that area and looking into it, because there could be that could really have been an assassination. And it's worth saying, and it's worth telling people. I don't think we should keep these sorts of things secret. And so, yeah, that just to me, reeks of there's something that's gone on there. And, we'll probably never know because they cover up the evidence very well. But I just want people to know that the intelligence agencies, the reason why we have this leftist and shit everywhere is because when a prominent right-winger pops up, the intelligence agencies knock them off, literally, or they bankrupt them or something like that. And another thing I remember as well that my friend told me was that either he got contact or something like that. There was communications put out by the guy who was organising the Milo and Lawrence Southern and Lawrence Southern and Stefan Molyneux tour when they came to Australia, I think in 2018. Right? What happened is they toured. They're prominent right wingers. They came to Australia. They toured, and the ticket sales, the money for it just disappeared. And I believe that also was an ASIO op, because they wanted to steal their money so that these people don't have any money and aren't keen on visiting Australia again because they can't make good money off it. How did this guy just get away with losing all the ticket sales numbers, ticket sales from that event? I believe this guy was posing as a right-winger, posing as a fan or supporter of Lawrence Southern and stuff, and intentionally lost their money and screwed them over. Well, this same guy also had some sort of connection to this Gavin Wilson suicide in some way. Like either he was spreading the rumour of how it was a suicide, or he was talking to this gay liberal group, or something like that. The fact that his name popped up in the conversation I had with my friend, I find very interesting, because that guy is sus. Whoever that guy is, people, activists in Australia, right-wing activists, watch out for that guy. I wouldn't trust him as far as you can go. But this is what the intelligence agencies do. They go, oh, right-wingers coming to Australia. Oh, well, let's try and get them banned. Let's contact immigration. Or they go, oh, well, let's try and get the venue screwed over. Oh, let's try and make the police ask them to pay to be at the venue. Oh, let's try and make sure the ticket sales get lost for their event. They sabotage their event. Anyway, I guess I'm going off into another conspiracy, but the fact that came up is quite interesting. So, that's all I want to say. I just want to, let people know that just when you you hear something in the mainstream media, oh, this right winger or something suicided, like, where do these rumors come from? Who starts off that it was a suicide and all this sort of stuff? Look deeper into it, and you find that there's agents there manipulating, coordinating, contacting people in the media, saying rumors, going, oh, he passed away because of blah blah blah. Not saying it's a rumor, but saying stuff like that, and that